Okay, first off, let me apologize in advance that this camera we're using will probably unfocus and like it's not as good quality as the other one we're doing a review on. So I was just saying that. So let's get right into the video. So in this video we'll be covering the battery performance, screen performance, the quality, the button location. We'll be talking about the zoom and the modes and some other extra stuff that we think about the camera that we like or we don't like about it. So first thing we're going to be starting off with is the battery, and the battery's pretty good. You can't charge it too much or else that'll lower the battery percentage, obviously. But yeah, it seems like it takes a bit extra long to charge. Like sometimes we'll use it a bit and then we'll go plug it back in and it'll take like half an hour or 45 minutes, like after using it for just 10 minutes. Like I'm not sure if you're supposed to like use it for a bit and then charge it or use it till it's dead. But yeah, that's the only thing we don't like about the battery. But the battery seems to last pretty long. Not as long as the battery we're filming on now, but it's pretty good. So next thing we're going to be reviewing is the LCD or screen, whatever you call it. It's pretty good. The quality is very nice on it and it's not misleading. With this camera, the quality is super nice on the LCD and you review the video on the, like, you know, the camera, and it's super nice quality, but then you put it on like an iPad or something and it just looks bad. On the Nikon, this camera, look at it on this camera, it is the same as on an iPad, computer, TV, and yeah, that's nice. So the next thing is the camera quality. It's a very nice quality that you could like watch it on. This camera that we're filming on is not nice. Like, we don't like it at all. That's why we bought this camera, and this is the best quality ever. When we film on it, it's like it has 4K, all that stuff, like really nice, 50 frames per second. You could choose 60, anything like pretty high, and it's a very nice quality. I think Nolan agrees too. Go. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be talking about is the zoom. The zoom goes in out very far. It has a 35 times optical zoom with a 5 times digital zoom, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's very, if you put it on macro mode and you zoom in as far as it goes, you could see everything very clearly. But if you don't have it on macro mode, you won't see it as clearly, so you just have to sometimes wait until it focuses, but it's still very nice quality. Yeah, so that's the only thing about it, really. And also, like all cameras, when you zoom in all the way, it's very shaky unless you have a tripod, because it's harder, yeah, but it's very hard to not be shaking without a tripod. The thing we're going to be talking about is the modes. I'm not sure about all the modes, and I'll show you right now all the modes. So there is creative mode, hopefully this time-lapse movie, short movie, manual, aperture priority auto, shutter priority auto, programmed auto mode, and yeah, that's all of the settings. And then the last mode will be macro mode. So next thing we're going to be talking about is the button location, and I think everything is well laid out except the record, and that's just because of how we use it, because sometimes we'll hold it up like that and you can't see it, and I've seen other cameras where this thing right here is right here, like around here, and then the record button is on the top, like right there, and that would just make it easier. but everything else is good. We haven't used this much. Because when we're setting up the aperture, we just use this button instead of that. And everything else is laid out nicely. Next thing we're gonna talk about is like how easy it is to transportate it. I don't know the word, but it's a bit of a bigger point and shoot. Like it's not like your average little Sony camera or the one that we're filming on now. It's decently heavy. It's not super heavy though. Oh no. It doesn't fit in my pocket super good. Like I don't take it around in a pocket. We have a camera bag. But everything, that's the only really thing that isn't very good about this camera, because like the lens is super wide, but you need that for the zoom, so that's understandable. And then the body's just very big, but nothing like unreasonable. Like there's no oversized buttons or anything like that, except this thing. This thing could be smaller or just not even there. Next thing I'm going to talk about is the like just extra things like that we could put on, or like that's easy for us to use. So what I'm going to talk about is the tripod, the mount. So as you can see, the tripod mount is right here instead of right in the middle. So this is good in one way, where we could pull out the SD card easily without having to take out the tripod. But the bad thing is that when you're putting on the tripod, you're setting it up, it's kind of tilted a bit if you don't like fix the tripod in a certain way. So then it's kind of like this, and it's not really straight. So that's the only thing I think about the tripod that's bad. So let me just say something about the tripod and how if you set it up, it's like if you set it up, I'm not going to set it up, but it always seems to either go to the side or just fall over, and it doesn't help because this is a heavy camera and the tripod mount isn't in the middle, so that is also very hard. That's the only thing we don't like about the mount. And yeah. So the last thing I have to say about this camera is pretty common on most cameras, and that is the grip. It's pretty grippy. It's like rubber, and you hold on to it when you film in them 6 skate clips from down low.
So hope you guys found that review useful, and I do we do fully recommend you buy this camera. It's a great camera for starting off YouTube videos. It cost us $520 Canadian, if you're wondering about the price. And yeah, so enjoy these test clips that we have of the camera.